Hey friends, Stacy here from Kzoo Keto, and we are bringing you a keto video from the camper. We are currently in Christmas, Michigan. There is a Christmas, Michigan. It's in the UP, very close to Mucinening, which is home to Pictured Rocks, if you've ever heard of the Pictured Rocks. And we are going to do fajitas tonight for dinner. So I thought we would do a quick video on how we're doing fajitas in the camper. So first of all, we've got some chicken. We're doing chicken fajitas. I didn't mention that. Sorry for any extra noises. It's dogs walking around. It's Greg doing stuff outside as we're leaving tomorrow. But anyway, we've had this chicken marinating in taco seasoning all day. So I'm going to cut this up. And we also have a bag of little peppers that we picked up from Sam's Club, which I was super excited to see these because it's like a bell pepper, and I love bell peppers. So let's get started on getting this cut up. So this should be a nice fun adventure because I've never cut chicken for fajitas. And I have to get all the weird bits off. Like that. I hate fresh chicken, it's slimy. Good thing we're leaving tomorrow. We'll be throwing this garbage in the dumpster. Okay. Greg will be doing the cooking tonight. I'm just doing the prepping because he is prepping all the outside stuff for our departure tomorrow. I don't feel like I'm doing this right. Alright, you guys get the gist. You know how to cut up chicken. This is how I'm trying to cut up chicken. We'll be back when it's time to cut up the peppers. Alright, moving on to the peppers. I have already rinsed them off while they were in the bag. And we're just going to cut these into strips as well. I feel like this is a pretty simple dinner to do when you're camping, because we just threw the chicken in the taco seasoning and left for a few hours. We actually went to Michigan's largest natural spring, about an hour away, and it was pretty cool. If you have the chance, I would recommend going up and see it. It's, I have a magnet somewhere, Kitch Itty Kippy is, and it means the big spring. It is, I think they said at the most, it's a depth of 45 feet. And there's a lot of limestone at the bottom, and there is natural springs that come in every, I forget how much they said it pumps per minute, but it comes out to like 14 million gallons or something a day. It's kind of insane. But that was really cool. The water is clear as day. You can see pretty much all the way to the bottom. You can see where the water is coming up through the, I don't know if there's the aquifers or aqueducts or whatever it is, but it was really cool. We went and did that and came back, and I started cutting up the chicken. I'm cutting this up now. All we gotta do is cook it up, and we are going to use, of course you can do, if you want to be like full keto, you can do just a fajita bowl. We are going to use the Mission low carb taco shells, or so if that's like the, I think the bigger taco shell size. We do have the street taco shell size. I can't remember the brand. I'll show it in a little bit. But they are 0 net carbs. I don't know what's in them. I think it's the fiber, obviously, that you subtract. But they're pretty good. I use them a lot for hot dogs, actually. And this is also something that if you were cooking over a fire at your campground. You could probably do this too, as long as you've got the right pan. You might even be able to do, we haven't really tried to do the foil packets very much. I think we did it once or twice last year. But you could probably just throw these in the foil packet and do that thing where you just throw everything in there and then put them over the flame and let them cook all the way through there. Of course, if you're doing chicken, you want to make sure it's cooked thoroughly. But if you're doing beef, cook it to however you like. And then either do a bowl or do the low carb taco shells. I really like these little peppers though. I think I want to get them again and try to make nachos out of them. Because I've seen where you can cut up a pepper. I've seen where they've done bell peppers. And you can make nachos. But you guys have seen me cut up enough peppers. I think we'll pause the video for now. And come back when we're ready with the next step. Chicken is cut. Peppers are cut. These, with my lovely Vanna, these are the taco shells I was talking about that are zero net carbs. What brand is that? La Preferita? La Bendita?
Something like that.
Okay.
Carb counter, street taco, flour.
Yeah, anyway, we get those at Sam's.
Did we? I thought we got those at Sam's. I thought we got these at
we got them both at
Harding.
Sam's.
Okay, fair enough.
And the Mission Carb Balance are the other
Everyone's probably familiar with those.
that we use.
So you can also make your own shells, which we used to do.
Yeah, we don't have time
But that's
for that.
a lot of work. So, shall I jump right into it?
Yeah, so we're doing the quote-unquote easy way.
Yeah, so you can do fajitas a couple ways. A lot of people use Blackstones. It's a little chilly outside right now, so I'm not going to do it.
It is. It's like, what is it? It's, can you see it? 49 degrees.
49 degrees. So Stacy cut up some chicken for me, and she also cut up the peppers. You know what's missing? Onion. But you know what we don't have? Onion. But that's okay, because we refuse to go to the store because it's still cold and we're getting ready to back up today. So I took about a tablespoon of avocado oil, and I put it down here in my foodie. Now, you can, of course, do these the packet style that Stacy mentioned, and you just make them individual servings. Like, hey, here's your few pieces of chicken, here's your onion, here's your peppers. Just stack them real tight, and then put them on the campfire, and then just make sure you flip them.
I also said to make sure the chicken is fully cooked through.
Yes, that's a good idea. Make sure the chicken is fully cooked through. But we're going to do the easy way, and we're going to put it all together. But first, we're going to start with the chicken, because the chicken is going to require a little bit more time than, say, the onion or the peppers.
If we had onion.
Right. So I'm going to add a little bit more taco seasoning on here, because some of these pieces aren't quite seasoned as much as we'd like them to be, or much as I'd like them to be. And I'm going to turn on my InstaPot on the sear saute mode. As soon as I find it, boom, on high, start her up. If you guys don't have one of these are fantastic. They're like InstaPot, but it also has an air fryer too, which we don't really use that much when we're camping, but a lot of people do. So we're going to let the oil heat up a little bit, and then we're going to add the chicken to it. Be right back. Alright, so now the oil is hot, and we're going to take our chicken, and I'm just going to transfer it in here. Start hearing some sizzle. I'm also going to move the oil around a little bit so it coats the chicken as I'm putting it in. And I'm just going to put most of this in here. Try to keep them separated.
You're good at food for that.
No, because it was just something. It was just a something.
And we had how many chicken breasts?
Yes, so this was 4 chicken breasts that we had. So for 4 of us, this is probably more than we need. But that's okay. Just want to try to not overcrowd it, but try to get done in one batch if you can. Luckily, everything will shrink up a little bit too. And make sure you get yourself some paired. If you're going to do InstaPot, silicone enhanced tongs are a must. Don't want to scratch it. Alright, that's probably about as much as I can get in there if you want to get in here and see about how much we're doing here. You want to leave a little space, but you also don't want to overload. So we're going to be doing probably 2 batches then, so I still got that much left in there. So we're going to go ahead and brown this up, and then we're going to flip it, and we're going to add more.
Actually, doesn't chicken go from pink to white?
Yes.
So we're going to white it up.
Well, brown the outside.
Brown the outside, brown the outside.
You're going to get us sued!
So I did mention also another way that you could do these is to heat a bowl.
Sure. Yeah.
So that you don't have to use any of the
wheat-based
the other
products.
vessels.
Yeah. Alright, and so while you're doing it, you kind of want to make sure you move them around a little bit. And this should actually go pretty quick, guys. Chicken, I mean, everybody's scared of chicken. You want to just kind of make sure that any of the spots that are uncooked get cooked. And then once you feel like you have a good majority of it cooked, then I'll just add more. I'll just add the rest of it. And I'll just try to prioritize the surface area for those that are going in. So I'm going to add the rest of these. And same thing, just going to move them around a little bit. And let these here are just kind of finish up a little bit. But since they're cut and sliced, a couple minutes on each side is usually about right. Don't want to do it over. Don't want no dry chicken. But we'll meet back here once these are all cooked. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can add in everything, kind of do some stuff, but I like to take the chicken out after it's about 90% cooked, we'll say. So transfer it over to this bowl. I wash this bowl. So I'm just transferring it to this bowl. I'm going to try to leave as much juice in there as I can. Much combination of avocado oil and chicken broth from the chicken cooking. And that's what we're going to saute our onions, if we had them, and peppers in. So we can just leave these little bits. These are good. It's going to add extra flavor. So now I'm going to add just a little bit more oil. About another ½ tablespoon or so. And I'm going to take our peppers and just toss them in. And we're going to saute it until they're mostly tender.
And they're kind of old, so they're already a little tender. Just the way Greg likes
They're
them.
not that old. If they were that old, they would have been immediately.
But they're soft.
Yeah.
The skin is a little wrinkly on the outside.
Are you talking about me or are you talking about the peppers? My skin's a little wrinkly on the outside too.
You pick.
We'll talk about the peppers this time. Alright. So, we're going to soften these bad boys up. Also not a bad idea to put a little taco seasoning on them as well. Or in this case, fajita seasoning.
Yeah.
Which Stacy told me the biggest difference between taco seasoning and fajita seasoning is that fajita seasoning has cayenne.
And I don't think we have any cayenne with us.
We do not. You don't need a lot though. These are sweet peppers. You can obviously use bell peppers. This is the traditional fajita style.
I said I want to get more of these and make nachos with them.
Like, dip them?
No, like you cut them into wedges so that they would be like the chips.
Right. I'm not a big fan of raw peppers though. Not even raw jalapeno. I love jalapeno. My mom's asking if she can help cook because she feels terrible. I just picked up their campsite for them because it's cold. So these are starting to smell good. Too bad you guys don't have smell vision.
I know, wouldn't that be awesome?
You can smell those, can't you? Kind of a combination of the spices and the peppers starting to soften a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice sample.
So this is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes for these to start to soften a little bit. And once they're there, then we're going to add the chicken back in and we're going to give them an all nice big stir. And we're going to finish everything off. Alright, so our peppers are starting to get soft. They're also getting a little bit of char on them, which is perfect because that's going to be flavor. So now we're going to go ahead and take our chicken. We're going to add it back in. And we're going to go ahead and mix this up and basically finish this until the chicken is 165 degrees or more.
And how are you going to tell if the chicken's 165 degrees?
Well, I'm going to bite it. No, I'm going to grab my little meat probe thermometer thingy and stick it in there and verify the biggest pieces are at least 160, 165. And then that's how I know I can kind of finish. Usually it's about 2 minutes. And then I got one more step for you that I'll show you in that 2 minutes. Alright, so I got about a half a cup of water here, and I got my chicken and my peppers pretty much right. I went down medium-low, which is about a 3 or a 2 on your InstaPot foodies. And I'm just going to add that to the chicken. And this kind of makes a little bit of a sauce flavor to it.
I was thinking a gravy. A taco gravy.
Taco gravy.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, taco gravy. So then you can kind of let that boil off. The water, that is, evaporate. But it also kind of gets everything kind of blended and flavors together. So, which is what I like. Stacy's not a big fan because she feels I leave too much water behind.
Yep.
But I always thicken it up a little bit with xanthan gum right after she complains the next time. So you can add xanthan gum if you want to thicken it up a little bit, which we probably will because that's what she's going to prefer. So we're going to let this bubble. And once it starts getting really bubbly, then we're going to add the xanthan gum, mix it all together, and we're done. Although, we have to warm up our tortilla shells. So I know most of you are going to be starting to freak out. I'm about to throw metal in the microwave, but this is a convection oven, microwave oven. So thankfully, no sparks. So we're just going to go ahead and set this right on top. And it's basically just warming up. So thankfully we got 50 amp service, so we don't have to worry about all the power stuff. Otherwise we'd have a problem. About 5-10 minutes on those. Should be ready. Alright, so as you can kind of see, we got some liquid going down here. Now we can be very patient and we can just let this evaporate on its own. Or you can add xanthan gum. So a little is a lot. So we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it all over. Okay, watch the magic of this. I think our neighbors are here. You start to see it thicken up. If you want it a little thicker yet, which I think we do, we're going to go ahead and add another 1/2 of a 1/4 teaspoon, so 1/8 teaspoon.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Okay. Now it actually looks like a sauce instead of dirty water.
Right? Look at that. Beautiful. I'll let this sit for a few minutes, and it's time to eat. So camping's also about family. So my mom and dad are joining us on our 3-week journey here.
Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. They just come over for food. And to lose at cards.
Well, I don't know. Your
But
dad's been kicking my ass.
You can kind of see here how this is looking. If you want to bring the camera in. We got ourselves some fajitas.
Yes.
As soon as the shells are ready, a couple more minutes, we'll be able to eat.
What are you doing?
I am making a fajita for my Faja.
Faja.
Faja. I got this new Hatch green chili stuff for you guys.
Yeah. Does he want the jalapenos on it?
I'm sure he does. You want to sit at the table, Dad, or you want to?
Yeah.
You want sour cream, yeah?
Yeah. And the salsa?
Yeah, move your lips.
Probably gonna need a spoon. All right, finished product. Add a little jalapenos, a little
Not
salsa.
Yours, yes.
Yes, jalapenos, a little chili, cheese salsa, and we're good. What do you think, guys?
Good. Good. Yep, real good.
All right. So that's how you can make fajitas.
And the
Pretty
truck
simple.
going by.
Whoa, whoa.
With while you're camping.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We put out new videos every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you like the video, hit that like button so we know.
We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.